Hello everybody, my name is Chargedum. If you don't already know by the title, I'm going to quickly explain the biggest issues for console Valorant. Of course, take everything I say with a grain of salt. At the time of this post, Valorant is still in its early stages and can take some getting used to for most players. But I still want to talk about the top 5 reasons on why console Valorant is currently trash. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. The first point that we have to look at is actually into the tutorial system. Now, if you don't already know, looking into the tutorial system, it's just like every other video game. They try to teach you the mechanics and understanding different aspects. However, Valorant on console fails to do one thing. And I believe this is tying in both new and old players to the proper mechanics to the game. Sure, the tutorial video is supposed to explain just what to do, but I feel like they really missed the mark in making themselves just like every other video game. Sure, console Valorant is just another variant to normal Valorant, the PC version. However, console Valorant has a couple of different slight mechanics that can completely change how this game is run. And I feel like they don't really focus on that enough, which can hinder its video game ability. Alright, now let's start talking about the second point, going into customization. Now, one of the biggest issues that I always love to strive for in a video game was being able to customize to make a unique experience for me. Now, in my own opinion, going into Valorant, I felt like even after 25 to 30 matches, I literally had no cosmetics. Now, I know this is kind of nitpicky and not really a big factor into the actual gameplay, but I truly do feel like customization is an actual big part of a video game. If all the free stuff is little charms and barely actually giving me any incentive to go towards, it's really hard for me to keep on wanting to play the game. Next, we have to look into our third point, getting into the ranked system. Now, I don't know about you, but just like I was talking about with customization, if I want to continue to play the game, one of the easiest way to do it is by putting a rank right in my face. Now, while some players don't really like to worry about rank, ranked is a big part of a lot of competitive games, and Valorant is no different. However, I feel like one of the biggest issues that Valorant console is taking is that they're not putting enough time into their competitive matchmaking. It feels as if, though, that Valorant console kind of just threw competitive play into the mix without actually delivering and focusing its attention to make it as similar to Valorant as it possibly could be. Now, whenever I say this, I really just want to talk about how the customization doesn't feel quite right. Sure, there's a lot of bugs and issues, but I know those will get fixed eventually. But the biggest problem that I'm seeing is it feels as if there's no real reward for ranking up. It's just a slow, dragging process to make the game somewhat fun. With that being said, we're going to really quickly look at the fourth point, and this one being into the long queue. I've been seeing recently, whenever I queue up for console matches, that I've been upwards waiting from 2 to 3 minutes even per match. Now, I've been switching servers, trying to figure out if it was just a part of the game or not, but it really feels like even though there's plenty of fan bases that are actually and actively playing console, I feel like a lot of times Valorant just is kind of messed up whenever it comes to their queue. I know it's kind of nitpicky, but I really just wanted to bring it to the attention because I really don't understand why a big game like Valorant is still taking upwards of 3 minutes to load into some matches. Lastly, to wrap a nice bow on this video, let's look into the fifth and final point on why Valorant is trash. And this one is what I call the agent distribution system. Whenever I first started and got to level 5, I was already given 2 free agent tokens, allowing me to pick from any agent I wanted to at a very early level in my own opinion. Instead of giving 2 agent cards by level 5, one should be given probably around level 10 and another one around level 20 or 30. This way, new players can actually learn the mechanics of the game and not just try to overly develop with these new complex agents. I feel like that way it'd be a lot better for everybody if these new agents and characters aren't just being bought out to never be used again or actually properly understood. With that being said, this is going to conclude my top 5 reasons for why console Valorant is currently trash. And of course, if you have any other thoughts or personal opinions on the matter, feel free to comment them down below. I'd love to hear what the actual fan base is genuinely thinking about Valorant console right now, and these are again just my own personal opinions. Hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.